This is Tom Dillon, the Lifetime Liberal, and today is Sunday, February 16th, 2020. The title of this rant is Democratic Skeletons versus the Right-Wing Scheme Machine. So impeachment is over, the election is on, and GOP opposition research is extensive. Do the Democrats need to vet their candidates before the Republicans define them? Is what the Republicans have, and let's just say they have huge books this thick on Bernie. They've been after him for 4 years. They've been following him. Is it strong enough to, let's say, stifle or stop the emerging Democratic majority? Again, they've researched Bernie for over 4 or 5 years. There are some things that in their playbook that we know about that will be brought up in a general election if he is the candidate that we've not heard about from the other candidates in terms of Oppo research. Basically, an article that one of them is an article he wrote over 50 years ago, or about 50 years ago, where he talks about raping a woman by 3 men where she enjoyed it. Of course, there's nuance in there, just like there was nuance in Hillary's emails, and we'll see how far that went. He honeymooned in Moscow. Obviously, he's a socialist, so that'll come all over the place. And at one point, I do believe they have a video of him standing with Daniel Ortega. I believe he was a Sandinista in Nicaragua in 1985, denouncing the U.S. And of course, they have many more. And of course, all of the other candidates have some things. Obviously, with Pete, we've already started to see the homophobic slurs are already coming out. And of course, and none of this will be pretty. Just with Mike Bloomberg, just this week, we've seen a couple things. Some of them maybe by the right wing because they don't want to go against him. And some stuff, the Washington Post came out, the stop and frisk, and some stuff in reference to sexual harassment in the companies that he owned or the company that he owns. Amy Klobuchar has some. They all have some. And the thing is, if this is not defined by the Democrats before they come up with their candidate, let's just say you ain't seen nothing yet. Because the right-wing scheme machine will basically dominate the airwaves. Of course, this will be done with the help of Russian bots, trolls, Facebook memes, etc. Again, not only with just Russia, but there are other countries that now have been given the light to go against anything that's going on. So you could see a lot of interference, not only from Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and a host of other countries. Again, a lot of this stuff will not be pretty at all. And let's not forget that there will still be, on the part of Republicans, a tremendous effort to increase the voter ID laws, to enforce voter ID laws, to, let's just say, do their dirty tricks, which we have already seen in terms of voter suppression, not having enough voting booths in certain areas that lean Democrat, cutting back the hours that people can vote, cutting back the hours that people can vote pre-election time. All of that type of stuff will be on display. And again, what we will have here is a relentlessly vile, multi-pronged attack that is micro-targeted to those who are most vulnerable, not vulnerable, let's say most easily influenced by, the four big things: fear, greed, racism, economic insecurity, and we have to include homophobia, and also anti-Semitism is going to be a great part about it. So we need to watch out for that. And again, the question is, should the Democrats be airing this dirty laundry now so that the GOP do not have the opportunity to blatantly go after someone in the general election because they weren't defined by the Democrats? This is very serious stuff. And we need to find a way to get around this because we need to nominate and go fully support the Democratic candidate because this guy is scum.